In this video, we're going to talk about follow-up, automation, how you should be responding to people who are responding to your ads. So we're going to talk about text message, we're going to talk about voice drops, we're going to talk about emails, we're going to talk about copy, we're going to talk about urgency, we're going to talk about all these things that go into effective follow-up. It's great that you have text messaging. It's great that you have all the mechanisms in place. But if you don't know what to say and why you're saying it in these follow-up sequences, then who cares? Right? I can say peanut butter and jelly in a text. That's not going to do anything, but yeah, I sent a text message, so fantastic. But in this video, we're going to break down effective copy strategy in these follow-up sequences. So how we write our emails, how we write our text messages, why it's written this way, and how it's effective when we're using certain concepts and principles. So we're going to break that down. Whether you're using whatever software you're using, I'm going to show you on what I use and how it's effective. So stay tuned and make sure that you pay attention to this. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Let me know how I can help, and we'll go from there. I'll see you on the next video. I want to discuss follow-up and automation. This is an area that is so often neglected by insurance agency owners and agents alike. It's very easy to get caught up in the advertising, to get caught up in the ads, what they look like, what they say, how they're attracting leads. But honestly, if you don't have a system that allows you to systematically follow up with people with text messaging, emails, setting tasks for yourself, and allowing you to follow up and nurture leads, then your advertising is essentially a waste of time and money. The gold is always found in the follow-up. And there's a number of tools that you can use for this. I'm not here to promote one or the other. I am going to show you the thought process and how I use mine to attract and to get leads to respond and to spark conversations. So let's quickly address this thought that because I think it's really easy to get caught up in the mechanism of text messaging and emails and voice drops and all this fun stuff. All that stuff is just a vehicle to deliver words. It's not the text message that's effective. It's not the email that's effective. It's not the voice drop. It's nothing. It's none of those gadgets or tricks that's important. What is important is how you think about the words behind them, what you're saying in those things, how you're eliciting responses and emotions. This is marketing. Copywriting and words is the most important element in any of it. If you send a text message where you're singing the alphabet, it does no good. I don't care how many text messages you send. It's the words behind the text messages and within the text messages that are important. So I quickly want to break down and show you as an example what I've received from Geico. After I went through the sales funnel of Geico, this is what I received. I received an email. Attention with an emoji. Nicholas Ayers, please take a moment to see this auto insurance quote. Well, I've already received a quote, but let's continue on. We're providing you with a quote. And here's the line that they use. You deserve to enjoy competitive rates through Geico. Now, they're using the word deserve here, and the reason why is because deserve is a very, it's a popular word in copywriting. It's not my favorite, and I'll explain why in just a moment, but they're trying to play on the aspect that there's an injustice. There's something not right, and you deserve better. Who doesn't like to feel like they deserve better? We all think we deserve better. We all think that we should have more or something else. So that's why they do it. It's an emotionally charged word. And by using an emotionally charged word, they're hoping that you'll continue to read on. And this is the difference, and this is an element in your copy, whether it's an email or text or communication on the phone. These are things that you should deploy. You should deploy emotional words. You should deploy words that make people feel something. It's not, hey, Bob, here's your quote, bye now. I mean, that's not what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to get you emotionally connected and invested. And by saying that you deserve something is a good way of starting that off. Now, it's not my favorite type of copywriting to use. I don't necessarily philosophically believe that this is something that is as powerful, because I honestly believe that you and I have exactly what we deserve. And whether it's right or wrong in the minds of the viewer or the reader is another subject, but I feel like it's almost a lazy approach to copywriting. I feel like a better word for you to use in your copy is you want, or I feel like it is something that you crave, you desire, something that is speaking more to the emotional aspect of what they want and what they crave. You deserve is a little limp-wristed, in my opinion. It's a little played out. Here's the competitive rates that you desire. Something of that along those lines. It doesn't have to be exact, but hopefully you can kind of see the difference. Are you ready? ? Review your quote now to make sure that you have the right coverage and rate to fit your lifestyle. Okay, that's fine. They're asking an open-ended question here, which I think is effective in a lot of copywriting. Review your quote here with a big call to action button. View your rate. But it's not always just about price. Oh, really, Geico? Now we're pivoting. This is a pivot on their end. Reliability and trust go a long way. So they're using price, and this is effective for you. And I speak to a lot of agency owners, and they hate the price game. I don't want to just go after price. Well, price is the hook. It's the bait. It is what gets people's attention. Geico doesn't spend billions of dollars a year. Progressive, Esurance, these companies don't spend billions of dollars a year harping on rate because it's not effective. It gets the attention. It gets the heads on the neck to turn and look. And that's what they're trying to do. But now they're trying to go deeper into the psychology here and deeper into what you want. And they know that their customers are wanting trust. They're wanting reliability. Don't all insurance customers, at the end of the day, they start with price, but they ultimately want to know that if something happens, they're protected. Reliability and trust go a long way too. When you join the Geico family, you can rest assured knowing you'll have access to 24/7 customer service, fast and fair claim handling, and our award-winning app, which makes managing your auto insurance hassle-free. This is good. This is really good. This is something to take note of. So again, they're pivoting. They're crushing the objection right up front. They know that they've got people bought in on price. Fantastic. But now the next question or the next objection is, well, what's going to happen if I get in a claim? And they're going to go ahead and they're going to crush that objection up front. You have objections in your agency. You have objections with your advertising. So crush those on the front end, and it will make conversations that you have easier. It'll make them better. So reliability and trust go a long way. Here's what I would recommend for you. I feel like this wording is good, but the formatting is poor. What I mean by that is people will automatically gravitate to bullet points, call to actions and bullet points. I would like to see you in your email copy make this more of a bullet point style. People want headlines when they're skimming emails. They don't want details. Forget the fine print, go with the headlines. So make these bullet points and make this a 3-part bullet point for you. They do the same thing. They use 3 points, which is very common in copywriting. It's 3 points. You can rest assured knowing you'll have access to 24/7 claim service, bullet point, fast and fair claims handling, bullet point, and our award-winning Geico mobile app, bullet point. If you like your Geico quote, but need a little bit more time before making the switch, we will work with you to find the right payment plan and policy start date to fit your schedule. Again, handling objections. This email is not so much a follow-up email as it's an objections handling email. That's what they're doing. They're squashing objections and making the person try to feel comfortable with Geico. And this is what you should be doing. Don't take this word for word, because just copying it isn't going to be as effective. But find out what the objections are in your business. Every agency has a different set of objections. You need to discover those objections, and you need to almost disqualify those objections on the front end and make them feel comfortable. This is not mathematics. You'll notice nothing in this email is 1 + 1 = 2. It's all about the emotional aspect of the prospect. It's all about the mindset and the objections and the feeling. This is what you need to be doing in your copywriting, in your emails. Your email shouldn't just be, hey, we're trying to get a hold of you, hope everything's great. That's not as effective. It really couldn't be easier. I would have liked to see them make this bold. We hope to hear from you soon, your Geico sales team. And then they give them, a very easy way to finish the quote with the Geico mobile app. And, for all the things that Geico does wrong, there's a lot about this. I would give this a solid B- from copy and formatting. They do a lot of things here right. And there are things here to emulate. There are frameworks here to emulate. The framework being objection handling and feeling. And down in the comments below, I'm going to put a framework for you to download that you can use. But there's a lot of good things here. Call to action right up front, and then handle the objections. This is great. Now, I've also been retargeted with Geico ads on Facebook, and here was an ad that I was just retargeted with. Here's some good news. There's a local Geico agent near you. Stop in or call your local agent today. This is good. It's very different. It's a different position that Geico has. This is the first time if I'm a prospect of knowing that they even have a local office, because everything I saw on the radio, on the TV, on their website, all directed to even in this email, buy on the mobile app. But now they're trying to attack it from a different position and saying, now there's a local office. We're local. Stop in. So they're really trying to hit it from all angles. And there's pros and there's cons with doing this. The con is you should make things very simple for people. And the more options you give anybody, the more confusing it could be. That's one way of looking at it. So everything should just point back to the single call to action. Buy on the mobile app. Stop into the office. And what I'll say for an insurance agent, my recommendation would be to make it one thing. One or two, maybe two things. One thing really. Stop in the office, stop in the office, stop in the office. Click here, book an appointment, book an appointment, book an appointment, book an appointment. Just whatever it is, just repeat the one call to action. I understand you wanting to attack them from all sides, but when you give people too many choices, it becomes more confusing. So don't confuse people. People don't move in the direction that they're confused with. Nobody walks in the direction of a cloud. They only walk in the direction of something that's made clear to them. So make it clear. So this is something to look at and to understand. I haven't been hit with any text messages, so that I would say Geico is failing on that end. I did give them my cell phone number. It's been a couple days since I got a quote. No phone call, no text message. And when you consider how many the percentages of stats that people read text messages or open text messages versus an email, you can see where there's some opportunity here for the insurance agent. Now, what I do and what I would encourage you to do is to have a system that allows you to send text messages, emails, everything that you can. So we'll just look at one of mine, and this is a lead that came in. This is a lead that came in on November 14th, so 4 days ago, and this is the amount of communication I've had with them until I finally get them to respond. Now, he said not right now, maybe later. But the idea is to get them to respond. This is what you want to do. If I look at another one here, like this is the amount of communications that go out, emails, text, phone numbers, finally getting them to respond. So this lead came in on the 7th. They responded on the 13th, so almost a week later. And this is the reality of online leads. I haven't responded to Geico, and I'm sure most people don't. But a lead comes in off of that truck survey that I showed you in the previous video, and I asked them a very open-ended question. I want them to respond. I want them to break the ice. Help us with your proposal. What is your zip code? No response. So I send them an email. This is all done automatically. Following up about your request for a new truck insurance plan. I want to reach out and say hello and let you know that we're getting to work for you. So we've helped a lot of families in this area already, and we work with the best insurance companies. We have the lowest rates available while also keeping the best policies. Most companies can't do that. This is purely a positioning play. I'm positioning myself against what they're already used to, making myself unique, making myself exclusive. This way you can relax, emotional, and we can take it from here. We make it really easy to get started. Just click on the link below to schedule an appointment, and it's a link to my schedule. You can search for us on Google. You'll see we have great reviews, right? I'm building authority. These people, I don't have the luxury that Geico has of reputation with these people. 99% of people have never heard of my agency, if not 100% of people. So I really need to build authority, build trust, and this is what you need to do. I need to use an emotional platform with words to build trust and authority. Looking forward to helping you have a more secure life. P.S. Let me know if you prefer text over email. And we keep following up. Hey, I know life can get busy. This is the next day. I know life can get busy because it can. I get it. I also know that adding or changing insurance can seem like a long, drawn-out process, but I promise it isn't. We've been doing this for a long time. So, again, we're framing everything in our emails and our text message to make it to where it's more of an emotionally charged decision. Following up with your Better Truck Insurance quiz, I want to complete this for you so you know what you qualify for. Do you have 5 minutes to chat? I want them to say yes or no. I'll do it on the weekends. I don't care. I'm following up. You have to be relentless with people. Another email. And we continue to follow up. We continue to follow up. We continue to follow up. I'm really using the text messaging to draw them back to the email. Draw them back to the email. I want to save you money. It's almost here. Are you still interested? I'm really trying to, I want them to drop off or get on the bus. I don't want to badger you if you don't want my help. We're trying to save you money as you've requested. You've just simply been busy and you still do want to save money on insurance. You can pick a free time on my calendar. Talk to you soon. And we continue to follow up. There's a chance we're stubborn. Okay, I'm sure we are. But we're determined to help everyone who contacts us for help with their insurance. Right? I'm trying to get them emotionally invested. And you'll never hear me stop, really beating that drum. Finally, day 7. Day 7. He gives me the zip code. Day 7, I get the zip code. And we continue to follow up. So this is important, right? I don't care what you use. You need to have something in place that allows you to deliver this with ease, because you might be a one-man shop. You might be a one-woman shop. You might have 10 employees or 100 employees. You need to have something in place that's going to make your life more efficient. It's going to make handling opportunities better and more efficient. And this is a great way to think about that. There's lots of systems out there that you can use. Pick one, make it work for you, and make it simple. But you need to have effective follow-up. You need to have effective nurturing going on. And this will go on for forever, for as long as I want it. I'll have people I'll stay in contact with everybody. So my strong recommendation to you is to find something that is very, very similar.